like I said, it's a vehicle. It's not the destination, but it's just a vehicle to help you get to the destination.
How do you get to motivate someone trapped in poverty or poor education or no opportunity at all? Because I told you we're going to come back to this. You've mentioned universities you've attended outside the country. That is an opportunity for you that so many people do not get. But you come to motivate people that do not get that opportunity.
So for anyone that's trying to build right now, this is the best time for you to do it.
How?
Because the knowledge that is got in universities around the world, this is knowledge that is accessible to anyone. YouTube University. Do you pay for YouTube? YouTube is free. If you're intentional about just using YouTube alone, there is no knowledge that you won't be able to access. What do they say? Knowledge is, or is it not? So if you're able to find these resources, just figure out what is it that you want to learn, what is it that you want to do. The information is there, ready and accessible to you. You just have to know what you want to do and go out and look for the information. For you to make your first 1 million to 10 million, you can do that from getting free information and acting on it.
Don't you think motivational content trying to blame individual for the societal problem, the societal imbalance? We can see the way the society is. It's not encouraging for development or whatsoever. But you, motivational speaker, you always find a way to make the individual they are not doing enough. How do you explain that? If you look at his story, the start was that opportunity he had to start. For people that don't have that form, but he comes to motivate people who do not have this opportunity. What do you think you guys tend to, blame individual for societal imbalance?
I think I can only speak to myself to that regard when I say that I do understand.
That's why I say motivational speakers, all of you.
Yeah, I'll speak for myself as Umar, but I'll say that of course we all know the circumstances that we live in, and that's why we try to be as authentic as possible in the things that we say. We understand that there are challenges, but then within every challenge, within every crisis, there are also opportunities. So what I said earlier about perspective, someone can look at the situation that we're in and think, okay, oh my God, this is the end of it. I can't do anything. Other people will see the same exact economic situation and say, okay, what are the problems that we're having right now? And they'll start innovating. Opportunities like AI exist. AI make it possible for you to do so many things. That is an opportunity that people before did not have. The people like within the generation of the Otedola, like you mentioned, they had access to oil. And then that was the boom that they grew up in. And a lot of people in Nigeria right now made money as a result of that early access. We have things like AI right now. So why don't you look at that as an opportunity? It's there for you right now. And if you are intentional about just putting yourself into that boom right now, you would be surprised where that could take you within the next 5 to 10 years. So there's
I've
always...
mentioned that we have a lot of motivational speakers now as a result of just having so many followers. You see people, boom, they've become motivational speakers. So does just being an influencer make you a life coach?
There are influencers that can't actually influence.
Okay,
so
let's talk about them. Who are they? What influencer are we talking about? So who know who we are shifting away from and who we are listening to?
Of course,
media?
I'm not going to point any names. I'm not going to point any fingers. But like I said earlier, I mentioned how right now there's a lot more accessibility in terms of content, in terms of being able to just take a camera and put something out there. So for all of these people, you also can't blame them because they feel like they have a story to tell. And they do tell their story. So if they do end up building massive followership, then that means that there's definitely people that find value in it. If there is no value, people aren't going to follow. But then where is the difference between someone that takes, for example, just anything and they start making content out of it, and the people that don't? It's action. If you feel like, okay, why is this person making, so take your camera and do it yourself too. If you have value, you will build the audience as well.
Okay, I think you're just talking to me directly because I'm trying to tell you that you're blaming individual for the societal imbalance. So you're trying to tell us viewers, they said, if you're feeling bad about it, take your camera and start your content. So,
I think
so
it's more so stop focusing so much on what other people are doing
yeah,
and looking at yourself. If you see that this person has a massive followership and is doing nonsense, do the nonsense too. Do the thing that actually takes you out from the position you
yeah.
to where it
Actually,
is.
they're always looking at social media and just doing what is possible, and they don't make changes. They just want to blame. So let's
Remember what I said about comparison.
all right. So as a motivational speaker, do you always feel to appear successful?
No.
Because I think for a motivational speaker to motivate, if you don't what you are saying, listen. So that's where the question prompts from. How do you always want to look like in presence of your followers?
Again, reiterate, this is speaking for myself anyways. My view of who I am online all stems from who I want to be presented in front of Allah. If I look at my online followership, that is something that I'm also going to present in front of Allah. So who I am online and who I am offline, I try to be the same person. Or rather, whatever I post, it's my truth, it's my reality. Or these are the things that I really want people to learn. These are the things that I resonate with and I would want people to benefit from. So in terms of showing a different face to my followers, that's not up to me. What I try to focus on,
motivational speakers do.
what I try to focus on is showing up as my reality, showing up as my authentic self, and how people interpret that, that's not in my control. So the only thing that is in my control is showing up with my truth.
Have you changed your mind about something you were teaching? You come back to a trading and say, oh, you've been advocating for this, but guys, it's not like that.
Maybe I've not experienced it on a large scale. Of course, they're all prone to mistakes. And if there is anything that I've posted, I think the smart example of that is that I've posted, okay, maybe this it's not the message that I want to convey, and I'm deleting it. So I've had examples where I post and maybe I realize, oh, they got from it. And if I see another person next to them, I'm okay, if this is how people are receiving it, maybe I can't deny the fact that multiple people are seeing it this way. So it's a problem from the posting itself. So I would take it down and reframe the message to convey what I wanted it to convey better. So maybe those are small instances of what you've just said right now.
Okay, so young Nigerians are under enormous pressure. Pressure to make money, pressure to succeed early, pressure to appear successful. What part of these concerns you more?
That they're not doing it for themselves. And
you're not bothered about the pressure. You're just bothered about the fact that you're not standing up.
Two things. I think I'm concerned that they're taking the pressure, and as a result of the pressure, they're going into doing things that are not beneficial. That's number one. And number two, a lot of times they're living lives that are not really influenced by what they actually want, but it's more so the societal expectations and the societal outlook of who they are. So that leads to, I think there's this notion of people being fake.
Yeah.
Why do we have that? We have many people that are living lives not even for themselves, trying to push to standard, trying to push to a particular expectation. And that's always going to
So we have so many motivational speakers into social media to say, at so age, if you're not doing this, you're a goner. So for you, at what age do you think you've lost it if you did not succeed?
There's no age, because let me give you an example with cars. If you see me driving on the road, are you going to be concerned where I'm going?
No,
probably not. So it's the same thing with every single person. Everyone is driving their own journey. So because I am at a certain destination before, it does not mean that you're not going to get it.
Yeah.
There are two names of Allah, Al-Muqaddim and Al-Mu'akhir, the one who brings forward and the one who delays. If you look at the journey of life for every single person, there are things that some people get early and there are some things that people get delayed. Start all the way from school. There are people that finish university early. Some get delays.
That brings me to my last question before we move to our final segment. What do you think about destiny, Kadar? because you've always mentioned, oh, if you'll find an opportunity in every situation, there will be an opportunity. You might just be missing it because of your perspective. But is it true that there are people who might actually never make it? And is that what destiny means? What would you say about that?
So the decree of Allah is always true. Whatever has been written for you will never pass you. But so let me understand the question. Are you saying
My question is, does it matter if you're hardworking or not?
it does matter? Because whatever it is, even for your qadr to come, you have to work. We've seen so many examples of this, and I'll link
So
it.
is it possible to work hard to the end and you never?
Yes, it is possible.
Motivate us about that, because that's very hard to swallow.
It's very hard to swallow, but it's it all comes back to the outlook on life. If what is good and what is bad, people limit their understanding to maybe what the achievement or expect they have for themselves. And I'll give you an example with money. Let's say I work hard to earn wealth. I'm someone, I'm striving, and I want to get to Jannah. And then I keep trying for this money. I keep trying for this money. I keep trying for this money, but the money doesn't come to me. Then I realize, okay, perhaps if Allah had given me that money I've been looking for, I would have become someone that puzzles. I would have become someone that grows pride.
You try to motivate yourself and take your
No,
mind off it.
let me land. So
No, we don't have time to land though, because we have a segment.
okay, but the point is basically that Allah does not, and that is better for.
So we should accept.
No. Second thing, dua can change better. So if anything you're trying to work on is not happening, dua can either change / destiny of that thing, and two things need to be in play for that decree to be able to be changed.
Okay, I think this will be another conversation.
No, let me land on that point as well.
Because
dua and hard work.
Okay.
Effort
a
and hard work.
combination of dua and hard work.
Yes.
Not just praying and
you can't pray. You can't pray and expect it to be like magic.
Okay, so let's move to our last segment. Thank you so much, Omar. This segment, we are allowed to just answer one question, no explanation, because it's like to land. But here you don't have the opportunity to land.
Actually, you don't let me land.
So purpose or profit?
Purpose.
Okay. Motivational speakers, discipline or motivation?
Discipline.
Okay. Faith or ambition?
Faith.
Success or peace?
Peace.
Influence or integrity?
Integrity.
Talent or consistency?
Consistency.
Books or reels?
Books.
Applause or impact?
Impact.
Tell me one habit every young Nigerian should develop.
Can I give two?
One. Is it that you're either hacking or you're praying?
Inspection.
Okay. One myth about success that needs to die.
You have to be successful at a particular age.
Okay. Now finish the sentence. The future belongs to. The future.
Do it.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome. The future belongs to do. Thank you so much, Umar. Thank you for putting us on Spotlight on, and thank you, viewers.
Thank you. I didn't let you land on purpose.
My name is Zainab Ibrahim. Have a lovely day. For decades, golf in Kenya was seen as a sport reserved for men, the wealthy and the well-connected. But on the rolling greens of Thika Greens Golf Resort, a quiet transformation is underway. Women are stepping onto the course, challenging stereotypes and building a community and belonging campus.
When I walked in, my mind was like, don't think this place was designed with me in my mind. So it was quiet. Of course, it was not shouting that, but it was quiet and welcoming. Like people will stare at you. They will not. They will wonder where is this one coming from? What are we coming to do here?
That feeling of exclusion became the spark for change. In late 2023, Jacqueline Sirai founded Girls Go Golf on GWG, a growing movement that uses golf not only as a sport but as a tool for mentorship, wellness, and empowerment.
The Girls Who Golf started 2023. That's the end of 2023. That's when now I fully registered. It's a fully registered society. And the idea was to bring women together, first of all. Yes, golf was the idea initially, but now we've evolved to many other things we do together for wellness, for health. So we also have those things, mentorship.
What began with a handful of women has quickly evolved into a supportive network welcoming both experienced golfers and complete beginners. Golf coach Emmanuel Wekesa has watched the shift happen in real time. More women are taking lessons, earning handicaps, and entering tournaments.
Golf was a sport for men, but so far what I'm seeing, it has really changed. And the impact it's a good thing because women, they are really playing, they love the sport, because each and every day at least I get a referral from the different ladies and those who want to start. And I get new ladies and they are doing very well. And to be honest, I'm happy with them. The progress, they are doing very well so far. Most of them, they have got a handicap. They participate in tournaments. And considering this few years from 2021 and up to now, it's amazing. They're playing, they're enjoying, they're winning.
The movement is already inspiring a younger generation. Through partnership with organizations like Girl Up, girls are being introduced to golf as a pathway to confidence, opportunity, and global exposure.
So we were called for golfing. They were like, oh, we're here for training and all. And in the near future, with golfing, I hope and wish that to take me like abroad, further my golfing. As golf is not that easy. But okay, there's nothing easy. So you just have an open mind, be ready to learn and get the best from what you're being given here.
For many of the girls, golf is no longer seen as an impossible sport. It is becoming a space where they can dream bigger.
Jackie is an amazing leader. Working with her is excellent because she has a way of cutting across from dealing with us who are a bit experienced to those who have never really held a club. And what I love most about her is her soft heart for the underprivileged. And that is why for me and her we ride.
At the heart of Girls Who Golf is inclusion. With the seasoned players or first-timers, every woman is encouraged to step forward and take her shot. Across Kenya's fairways, the sound of change is growing louder. With every swing, every lesson, and every new golfer stepping onto the course, these women are reshaping the future of the sports, proving that golf belongs to everyone.
When the pandemic struck, just a few months before the pandemic struck, we had always had plans for television, right? But we now decided, okay, you know what, let's start gradually. So that was how we moved into television.
The force behind a beloved children's entertainment character is multifaceted artist and entrepreneur Bola Edwards. She founded the creative art company with her husband, Patrick, in 2013, a year after leaving her corporate job. The mission was to return African art and storytelling with tangible lessons, values, and leadership. Strategy was multifaceted. Capturing the children's attention requires significant efforts. Tools that local television series in countries like Nigeria and Cote d'Ivoire have increased. Interregional productions in Africa are still rare. In contrast, there are often stronger collaborations between some African countries and driven by subsidies from the latter. Khadija Muhammad, S24 News.
This conversation. In Nigeria, when something goes wrong, we shout, the president has we blame governors for issues that belong to local government, and sometimes we don't even know who is truly responsible. So who does what? From your local councillor to the President of the Federal Republic, what are they truly responsible for? And more importantly, what do citizens expect from them? Let's break it down. At the grassroots level, the councillor represents a ward in the local government. Their role is simple but powerful. Identify community problems, sponsor bylaws, ensure projects reach their aspect. Visible presence is clear. Next is the local government chairman. Healthcare, sanitation and local roads. Citizens expect efficient services or unpaid workers. Let's move on to the state assembly members. Their job is lawmaking for the state and oversight of the government. Citizens expect strong laws that and lawmaking not approve. The government executes manages security. National level, members of the House of Representatives and Senate make federal laws and check the president. Citizens expect national policies that reduce hardship and protect rights. And finally, let's talk about the president, the chief executive of Nigeria. The president implements federal laws, manage national security, see the economy, and represent Nigeria globally. Citizens expect stability, economic growth, accountability, and leadership. Here is the gap. While the Constitution clearly outlines responsibilities, citizens often expect all leaders to solve every problem, even those outside their jurisdiction. And on the other hand, some officers forget that representation is not a title, it is a duty. So here is the request. Are we asking the right people the right question? Sometimes we blame the wrong office. Sometimes we don't question anyone at all. Democracy works when citizens understand who is responsible for what. When you know their job, you know who to hold accountable. If we understand the rules, we ask better questions. If we ask better questions, we demand better governance. And that is how democracy begins to work.